Yo, it's Midas. Let's talk about the next wave of hypergrowth. That's the Bitcoin meta. So, disclaimer, this video is only for educational purposes. Make sure to do your own research. So, what are some examples of hypergrowth? We have the AI meta with NVDA, Palantir, BBAI, SoundHound, all the AI stocks going up by 200%. Space stocks, Rocket Lab Lunar, flying cars, Archer, quantum computing, IONQ, Rigetti, D-Wave. Data centers, Applied Digital, HIVE, data providers, Oracle, MongoDB. Hypergrowth stocks are stocks that just run up like crazy, and it's usually through a narrative, whether it's an emerging technology or that technology has affected a new space in a different sector. So what this is narrative investing. Or what I do is I predict when a technology stock will pump by front running the narrative of a sector before everyone else. And I do this by predicting when with Big Bear AI of Trump investing in defense contracts before its inauguration, government contracts, as well as the CEO of Big Bear AI was once on Trump's cabinet. With IONQ leading the way for quantum computing, I found D-Wave and Rigetti. Especially during a bull market, hype is really all that matters. You could rely on fundamentals like finances, the revenues, PE ratios, but there's so many emerging technology stocks right now that are just pumping despite having really shitty PE ratios, like Palantir, for example. And just because the PE ratio is bad, and that fundamentally means is usually a bad stock to invest in, everyone wants the next shiny and new technology that might go crazy in the next 5 years. So keep that in mind. But why is Bitcoin the next hypergrowth sector? Well, first of all, there's lots of Bitcoin adoption with Trump, Bitcoin ETFs, BlackRock now buying Bitcoin, financial institutions like JP Morgan, whole countries and tech companies are just buying up as much Bitcoin as they can. The crypto market and Bitcoin isn't doing the best right now, but if you watch my other videos, there's been some manipulation with Wintermute, an algorithmic trading firm, working with Coinbase and Binance crypto exchanges in order to liquidate retail traders, as well as a lot of FUD about the economic conditions, whether we're entering a bear market. I don't believe that's the case. And if you zoom out, we have the first crypto president. We have David Sachs, a crypto and AI czar, who's implementing regulations and policies for digital assets, Bitcoin, altcoins like Solana and XRP. Crypto's now becoming a lot more legitimate as an asset. Analysts also predict that Bitcoin will hit 250K USD this bull run. And this was predicted a couple of months back, and people are still holding on to this prediction. People that do these predictions aren't just like pulling out of their ass. They actually have they're valuing the economic state, what's been happening in the markets. So yeah, keep that in mind. Also, a high chance of those altcoin ETFs with Solana, XRP, maybe even a Doge meme coin ETF. And with the bull market, this is how Bitcoin will affect the markets. So I feel like first it will be Bitcoin dominance when Bitcoin rallies up again. This will lead into MicroStrategy, also known as Strategy now, going up because they hold the most Bitcoin. Then Bitcoin ETFs will also go up because of Bitcoin going up. Bitcoin miners, which are the leverage play of Bitcoin, will go up because if Bitcoin goes up, let's say 2x, Bitcoin miners will go up around 5.5x. I forgot the number, but look at it. Look at my video on Hive where I talked about a Bitcoin miner. And then after that, Bitcoin owning companies like KULR or Genius Group, all those different companies that hold Bitcoin will also go up. And during the middle of this rally, Ethereum will also go up because Ethereum is really tied to Bitcoin. Altcoin will also follow up once Ethereum dominance goes up. And then finally, that'll bleed into that meme coin hype. But that's how it was for 2021, and this is how I predict it's going to happen again, especially since there's so much adoption now. And once we see Bitcoin start hitting the news again, yeah, that's when the bull run's actually going to start. And once Bitcoin dominance goes up, the stock market would also pump, creating new all-time highs. So I think the crypto markets definitely influence the stock market. It might not happen right now. You might see like stocks going up a lot right now. But I think once the crypto markets recover again, we're gonna see that indirectly affect the stock markets. And these are the companies I'm betting on. So first of all, here are the established companies, which have billions of market cap. So we have MicroStrategy, also known as Strategy now, which owns the most Bitcoin in the world, 400K Bitcoin. Coinbase is the leading crypto exchange, so it conducts the most crypto transactions every day. So you're not only just getting the Bitcoin it holds, which is 9,000 Bitcoin, but you're also getting that network of transaction fees and the user base of many users gravitating towards this exchange. Tesla, which owns 11,000 Bitcoin. Elon Musk and his affiliation with Doge. You could think of it like this. Because they're a Bitcoin company and Elon Musk does love like meme coins like Doge, I think Dogecoin is going to run up. And Dogecoin is also affected by Bitcoin, so it's a bit of a circle. BlackRock, well, it owns the Bitcoin ETF of iShares, which owns, I think, the most, but this is just by paying for the customers and stuff. So 500,000 Bitcoin. I don't know if the Bitcoin price would equate to BlackRock, BlackRock stock value going up in price, but I can see it as they currently hold the most Bitcoin for their ETF. So I think it would just indirectly give more awareness to BlackRock once the whole crypto meta picks up again. We also have Bitcoin miners. So HIVE, I made a video on this, but they're the most green Bitcoin miners. They provide data centers for AI, which distinguishes themselves from just relying on Bitcoin mining, which before it wasn't as profitable, especially with the halving. This is a company pretty similar to Nebius Group or Applied Digital. They currently hold 2,000 Bitcoin. Hut 8, they also provide data centers for AI like Nebius and Applied Digital. They hold 10,000 BTC. So Hive and Hut, I believe, are the two companies that are focused on Bitcoin mining as well as data centers. And we know that data centers are going to be a really big narrative, especially for AI. So that's why I'm banking in those two rather than the other Bitcoin miners. We also have Mara, which owns the most Bitcoin out of all Bitcoin miners. They hold around 40,000 Bitcoin and they're still growing. They're still producing a lot more Bitcoin. You can think of Mara as what the Bitcoin miner that is relying the most on producing Bitcoin and mining Bitcoin. They don't have any other business model like those data centers for AI. So keep that in mind. And here are the companies that are adding Bitcoin. Well, we have Block, which is also known as like, holding uh, the company owning Square and other financial services. They own 8,000 Bitcoin. KULR, the space company, owns 610 Bitcoin. And Genius Group, I think they're an AI learning company. Yeah, they own 440 Bitcoin. And here are the companies holding altcoins. So altcoins, like I mentioned, they'll follow Bitcoin dominance. So once Bitcoin dominance goes up, eventually Bitcoin dominance is going to go down because what people want to transfer their gains from Bitcoin onto altcoins to make more money. This means that the companies that are holding altcoins like Ethereum and Solana are also going to go up. So I have Robotics. They own 3,000 Ethereum and 10,000 Solana. and Soul Strategies. I made a video on this as well, but it's more or less a MicroStrategy, except they don't hold Bitcoin, but they hold Solana. So they own 100,000 Solana and 3.16 Bitcoin. But yeah, I can see these doing well as soon as crypto picks up again. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.